In the kingdom of Varadel there was a noblewoman named Lady Seraphina who had only one beloved daughter, Elara. Lady Seraphina adored her daughter deeply. Eventually the day arrived for Elara to journey to a distant land to marry Lord Thorian. Lady Seraphina felt sorrowful about their parting. She gifted Elara with exquisite gowns, a silver goblet, and various precious items. Among these gifts was a magnificent talking horse, a black stallion. I cherish this horse, Mother Elara said. I shall name him Shadow. Lady Seraphina also arranged for a servant named Mara to accompany Elara before they departed. Lady Seraphina pricked her finger and let 3 drops of blood fall onto a cloth. Take this, she said. It will give you strength. Farewell, my daughter. Be happy. Elara placed the blood-stained cloth inside her dress. Goodbye, mother, she whispered as they rode away from Varadale. It was a scorching day. Soon Elara grew thirsty near a river. She asked Mara, could you please fetch me some water in my silver goblet? But Mara snapped back, no, I won't. Get off your horse and fetch it yourself. I am not your servant anymore. Elara, bewildered, dismounted and drank from the river. They continued their journey, but the heat intensified and Elara asked again, Mara, could you please get me some water in my silver goblet? Again Mara refused angrily. No, I will not get it yourself. As Elara stooped to drink, the cloth with the blood drops fell into the water. Mara noticed and thought, good, now she has nothing to protect her. Mara then demanded, give me your gown and take my old tattered dress. Be quick or I'll harm you, and I am taking Shadow from now on. I am Lady Elara and you are my servant. They arrived at Thorian's castle in the evening. Lord Thorian and his father, Duke Alaric, greeted them. Welcome, Lady Elara, said Duke Alaric to Mara. This is my son, Lord Thorian. The real Elara stood outside unnoticed. However, Duke Alaric noticed her and thought, who is this girl with such a beautiful face? He approached her and asked, who are you? I am here as a servant, Elara replied, but you already have many servants. You don't need me. You can help with the geese, Duke Alaric said. Come with me. He led her to a small cottage near the castle gates. This is Bridget's house. She tends to the geese brain. Here's a helper for you. Give her some food and a place to sleep. That evening there was a grand feast at the castle. This lady will marry my son in 3 weeks, Duke Alaric announced, referring to Mara, who smiled smugly. Later she whispered to Lord Thorian that Black Horse Shadow is dangerous. You must have it killed. She feared Shadow because it could speak as you wish, my lady. Lord Thorian replied, I will have it taken away. The real Elara heard this, and with her last gold coin bribed the stable hands. Please place Shadow's head by the main gate, she pleaded. That's an odd request, they said. Why? Because I loved that horse, she explained. I wished to see its face every day. The men, liking her, agreed and did as she asked. Each day Bridget took the geese to the meadow and Elara accompanied her. As they passed the castle gate, Elara would speak to Shadow's head. Shadow, my dear horse, do you recognize me? Yes, Lady Elara, the head would reply. You are the true bride. Bridget found this behavior strange and unsettling. Every day Elara brushed her long golden hair and Bridget would demand, give me some of your hair, cut it off for me. But Elara refused, saying, no, Bridget, leave me be. When Bridget persisted, Elara would sing to the wind blow, Blow Bridget's hat away so I may brush my hair, and the wind would blow Bridget's hat across the meadow, giving Alara time to finish brushing her hair. This infuriated Bridget you restrained, she accused. Who are you? You talk to the wind and to a dead horse's head. You must be mad. I am telling the Duke. Bridget complained to Duke Alaric that girl is mad. She talks to a dead horse's head. And it answers her. She sings to the wind and makes it blow my hat away. Enon, said Duke Alaric, the first must see. This for myself. The next day he secretly watched as Alara spoke to Shadow's head. Shadow, my horse, do you recognize me? Yes, Lady Alara, the head replied. You are the true bride in the meadow. Duke Alaric witnessed her sing to the wind, which then blew Bridget's hat away. That evening Duke Alaric asked Alara, who are you? I saw some strange things today. Tell me your story. I cannot. Alara replied. She will kill me if I do. Duke Alaric thought for a moment, then said, you can tell your story to this old cupboard. I will leave the room, and you can speak freely. Needing to unburden herself, Alara climbed into the cupboard. In the dark she recounted her tale. Duke Alaric listened through a small hole. I am the true Lady Alara. She confessed my servant Mara took my gown, my horse, and my identity. She made me ride behind her. I have no one to help me. She will kill me if I reveal the truth. Duke Alaric gently said, do not be afraid. Come with me, it is time to set things right. He gathered Lord Thorian and the castle's residents and shared Alara's story. They all rejoiced, seeing her true beauty and goodness. That evening the real Lady Alara sat beside Lord Thorian at the feast, while Mara, unaware of the revelation, sat on his other side. After dinner Duke Alaric addressed the assembly. Let me tell you a story, he began. Once a noble woman had a servant. This servant accompanied her mistress on a journey to marry a lord. Along the way the servant threatened her mistress, stole her dress, and claimed her identity. Then Duke Alaric turned to Mara. What do you think should happen to such a wicked servant? She should be punished, Mara said. Let her be thrown into the sea by a wild, vicious horse. Indeed, replied Duke Alaric, that is exactly what will happen to you. Mara was forced to ride a wild horse, which threw her into the sea. Lord Thorian then married the real Lady Alara, and they lived happily ever after.